Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Friday, everyone. How are we doing today? Good morning, Mouse. How are you doing? Glad to hear, glad to hear, glad to hear. I'm glad that your ankle's healing relatively well. Fair enough. Fair enough. Makes sense to me. Do, do, do. Ba ba bum, ba bum, ba ba bum, bum bum. Um, Good morning, Lynette. I completely get it. I completely get it, Mouse. I hope you feel better. I hope you feel better. Do 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 do. Dance party. Sup, Roni? How you doing? I'm doing okay, Mouse. Um, just working. I had to reschedule my Verizon um Verizon install to Monday because the sales guy was like, "Hey, they should be able to just change out the coax stuff." And spoke to the tech for the survey yesterday, and he was like, yeah, we don't even use coax anymore. So, and so basically they would have to run a fiber line from the pole to the house, which is going to be hilarious. And then they have to go through the attic and drop the Ethernet line into the closet. So, yeah. I'm sorry you're at work, Ronnie. So basically, I have to clean the office and take all my shit out of the closet so they can get access easily. So, and then make a path in the attic so they can run the line through the attic, and basically they'll have to run it about 15 feet and then drop it into the closet, which probably be exactly. It's going to come out of the closet, you know, which is kind of fitting for me. So yeah, uh, I'm I'm making a office organizational thing where I need to. Oh, it's gonna be fabulous. But if y'all want to see what the router looks like, because this came in yesterday, this is the router, and I tested it, at least the signal wise, and I can get it all the way right. I'm literally tempted to name the Wi-Fi the Batcave. It's probably going to end up being like Heathen's Hall or something. Um, but I tested the signal and I can get Wi-Fi 6 all the way out near the shed. So I'm going to make I'm making a list, a office organization list on Amazon. So if anyone wants to chip in, because this is going to be a massive, massive undertaking. So yeah, it's a thing, and so yeah, the I'm going to do the thing, and that way that if anyone wants to assist, awesome. If not, I will do it over time, but it's a thing. Make sense? Hey, I completely get Mouse and Heathen's Hole. I see we're in a mood. Good morning, son. Welcome in. So yeah, like what I'm going to be doing is basically adding like a bunch of things that would be useful for me to have in the office um and to get that set up. So if y'all want to see it, or if y'all are interested, just let me know. But I'll post it in chat. I'll post it in chat as I'm doing it. I mean, people are always in moods, Mouse. Let's see how window capture. Okay, so I can do the thing. Cool. So let me extend this out. Cool. But yeah, so that's basically what I'm doing right now is trying to get a bunch of organizational stuff put on because honestly, organizational things is useful as shit. Do, 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 do. Ba, 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 ba. So yeah, how's everyone doing today? What's everyone up to today? Anything fun, interesting, concerning, spiteful? That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. 28. Huh. Oof. What's up, paramedic? How you doing, bud? Someone's going to have fun today, son. Can't aim for shit. 3 drawer would actually be somewhat fucking useful. Add that shit in. But yeah, so this is what I'm doing. Been better, but pushing on. Need to talk, vent, rant. Yes, happy Ostara. to all those who celebrate. Womp womp. Womp womp. Nobody knows the trouble he's in. Let's see how. Ah. Womp womp. Fun. One of the things that I laugh at about my work is we are technically not allowed to have um assistants like, Alexa, Google, shit like that in our office. So, yeah, because always listening. Do 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 do. Pretty much. Pretty much. Well, I work for a big tech firm. Like, so it makes sense. It's just Baby Faye and Spouse are like, hold on, Spouse is calling me. But yeah, so like spouse and Baby Faye were like, there's no way it's that bad. Like, there's no way. And I'm like, do you realize that Amazon, at least for Alexa, everything records the shit you say constantly. It's always listening, waiting for you to say Alexa. It's still listening. And they're like, "What?" It's where I get the joke of, uh, Ren. random normal person who enjoys tech has all these tech things. Someone who works in the IT field. Printer makes a weird noise. Tech immediately smashes printer because, you know, we are severely distrusting of tech. So, yeah. So, fun times, fun times. Um, what else should I put on this organizational list? Yup, pretty much. Like, I saw a like one of the Ninja Keurig ones that is Wi-Fi enabled. I'm like, no, no, do not like. No, that could be useful. Yeah, my my level of suspicion towards everything when it comes to tech is hilarious to say the least. Let's see. Oh, I mean, so my problem, my problem is that with a bunch of a bunch of my tech stuff, like, yes, I stream, yes, I work in the IT field, um, so I'm constantly keeping up to date with the tech industry, where it goes, everything. Um, but on the flip side, things get hectic. Like a good example would be the Intel processor chips, how it was quite literally burning itself out. And so Intel lost a lot of goodwill that they had because of the fact that they basically have had this in for 2 generations and never fixed it. Knew about it, never fixed it. But that's an example of planned obsolescence. And so the other side of it is that with this planned obsolescence, it's annoying. It's annoying as fuck. Thank you for the follow, a dog mama. I greatly appreciate it. Like, planned obsolescence has always been a thing, and there's a reason why Moore's law in the IT field makes sense. The computer you want is the one that comes out 6 months from now, and your computer will be obsolete by 2 years from now, or it'll no longer be state of the art within a year. It'll be obsolete by 2 years and must be replaced by 3, which is, even we see that in the gaming industry with consoles. Um, the PS5 came out in 2020. PS5 Pro dropped last year. And even now, we're getting switched to so I was Army, and I originally signed up, or I was going to sign up for the Navy. They offered me the nuke program. And they're like, "Yeah, you'll be in the nuke program, which means submarines." I have a fear of drowning. How about no? How about no? Price of scoring at 96 on my ASVAB. Yeah, so I went Army. Good old fashioned Army. Know what Army stands for backwards? Yes, my reject ass signed up. Welcome in, Minto. There is a thing called dry drowning, Mouse. There is a thing. Yeah, I'm a bigger guy. Even in high school, like I was 6 foot, weighed 200 pounds. Air Force is like, you're too heavy. The fuck? Even by tape, they're like, you're an inch over in tape. I was like, yeah, fuck that noise. Fuck that noise. Yeah, but I'm 38 now. I don't need to deal with the BS that is the military. As I say about, because me and one of my battles were talking 2 nights ago, and I was like, yeah, I miss camaraderie. I don't miss the bullshit. I miss my battle buddies. I miss, brothers in arms. But yeah, I'm good. And plus, with my current job and everything, but because I was in the Army, like, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, the Air Force won't take me because I've served in the Army. Like, you can get harsher, but you can't go the opposite way. Have a good day, Mouse. I hope you feel better. So, I have my group of battle buddies that I still talk to. Um, and they're basically siblings. We could not talk for years, and pick up like we didn't miss a thing. We've done that. Um, so, but at the, like, I was sitting there talking to one of my old NCOs, and we were just shooting shit, and he's like, "Yeah, the the crazy part." I'm like, "There's so much crazy." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm at E7 now." I'm like, "I'm surprised you're not retired yet." He goes, "It happens next month." I was like, "Yeah, yeah." But he's been a recruiter, he's been a drill sergeant. Like, I'm like, wow, Patriot Missiles dude is a drill sergeant. That's crazy. That's crazy. So, but I mean, things it just depends on your unit. Like my unit, we had a D&D campaign in Korea. When we were over in Korea. We had a bunch of people hanging out, like it was fun. Um we also had a lot of issues over there too. So, no. Ba, 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 bum. All right, I think that's good. But I mean, there's always something, you know? Do 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 do. So yeah, I mean, that's because the Air Force is very corporate though, Mento. Like it is. No other way around it. Space Force was about the same, but more nerdy. Fair. Were you in the Space Force, Minto? Bum, bum. Oh, wow. Well, thank you for the service, bud. I greatly appreciate it. You are awesome. Do, 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 do. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, wow. That's kind of awesome. See, my unit, we were a bunch of nerds. Um, we had gamers. We had uh, whether it was first-person shooters, we had a bunch of Halo LAN parties. We had D&D. We had like it was a bunch of us. Um, but yeah, the biggest joke that I have from my time in service is because I was Patriot Missiles. We're air defense artillery. Know what the rest of the Army says ADA stands for? And if you know anything about Bliss, it'll make a lot of sense. And thank you for the coin. I greatly appreciate it. So, air defense artillery in the Army, ADA, according to the rest of the military, is alcoholics defending America. Because drinking age on base at the time I was in was 18 for soldiers. So yeah, fun times. Do 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 do. Bum 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 bum. So yeah, it's fun things that makes me giggle. Oh, I mean, that is always going to be the complaint, no matter what. Like when I was Uber driving, all right, I had a bunch of soldiers. Now, the base that is near me is is a TRADOC post. Is where training doctrine happens. So AIT, all right. And I had a bunch of soldiers in my car, and I'm like, listening to them talk about basic training. And I'm like, what? I'm like, so how long have y'all been at AIT? And they're like, well, we just got here last week. I'm like, you're already allowed to go off base? They're like, yeah, we were allowed to go off base the last week of basic training. I'm like, excuse the F out of me? What? So yeah. Like one one of the soldiers I had in my car once was like, there's no way you were a soldier. There's no way. I'm like, wanna try me? So we pull up to base, and the guard takes my license, looks at it for a second, goes, wow, you have not changed much. I'm like, yeah? And he goes, no, really. I scanned your badge, it pulls up your military ID. I'm like, yeah, makes sense. And he shows it, and he's like, how long ago was this? And at this point, it was 16 years. And I was like, yeah, that picture was taken in 2008. He goes, holy shit. Time's been kind to you. It's like, yeah, like, hold on, because that's the picture that they see when I drive people on base. Yeah, time has been very kind to me. I'm vastly well aware of this. By my age, my father's hair was solid white. By my age. Like, I'm vastly well aware that time has been very kind to me. I mean, here are we talking about actual lieutenants or butter bars? There's a difference. Like first lieutenant or second lieutenant. If we're talking about butter bars, that that's because they're low speed, high drag most of the time. Fort Liberty. How's Vietnam treating you? Or as the Marines call it, Leamington. Bum 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 bum.
Hey, at least I pretend to be nice to people!
Are you pretending, Lace? Are you pretending? Because I think you're a sweetheart. Just saying. I'm considering moving there to get out of my current shithole, if that tells you anything. I mean, having grown up in North Carolina, you've just described the entire place. Like, you do not ruin everything, Lace. Don't badmouth my friend. But Minto, you've just described the entirety of North Carolina. No matter where you go, it's a shithole. South Carolina's worse, usually, but yeah. Um, so there's the thing is that in the great words of one of my friends, wherever you go, there you are. All right. And our past trauma from the military loves to bring itself ahead wherever we are, no matter what. So, quite literally, let me do something real quick. Quite literally, the fact of the matter is that the reason why most places near base is kind of fucked up is because in the military we take a lot of things for granted. Um, the fact that we have quite literally been told what to do, where to go, where we stand in the pecking order. Life is simple. We also don't have rights in the military. Like, we have our orders, and 90% of the time shit rolls downhill until, it doesn't. But we take a lot of that for granted. Um, and readjusting to civilian life after military service is one of the hardest things that most people in the military go through. And it's a very hard adjustment. It is not great for mental health. It is not great for those that struggle with mental health. And I read a statistic that 50% of of final nap attempts um, happen within the first 2 years of getting out of the military. 50% of the final nap attempts coming from the military comes from the first 2 years of getting out. And that's, yeah, it's a struggle. It is something that we all struggle with in one way, shape, or form. Because whether we want to recognize it or acknowledge it, we were all, no matter the branch, were indoctrinated. Whether it was just mentally or mentally, emotionally, but definitely mentally, emotionally, and physically. And the thing is that while yes, there is some good from the military, coming out of the military, being a civilian, at least from the Army side, um, I put it this way to a friend of mine. I'm like, at the end of the day, every soldier, no matter what, went through basic training. And they're like, yeah. I'm like, what's the thing we're trained to do in basic training? We are taught three things: how to follow our basic orders, which is attack, defend. That's it. Attack, defend. We are brainwashed through our time in basic training, and I know this is true for the Air Force too. Uh, Hell, some of our cadences. Um, a good example was C-130. Um, C-130 rolling down the strip, airborne daddy going, take a little trip, mission top secret, destination unknown, don't even know if I'm going home. Stand up, hook up, shuffle to the door, jump right out on the count of four. If my main don't open wide, I've got a reserve by my side, and if that one should fail me too, look out below, I'm a coming through. That cadence is a way for us to desensitize to our own impending doom. Because if not, when it comes to a firefight, when it comes to those type of actions, we will freeze. Our instinctual response will either become fight or flight. So, yeah. Yep. Spouse, when I sit there and tell stories of basic training, and spouse is like, well, I would, I would keep my mental state. I'm like, no, you wouldn't. I was in JRTC for 4 years. Knew knew the mental tactics, and still there is a training regiment for a reason. There is a reason. It is desensitizing you, like quite literally, desensitizing you that you cannot trust your spouse. Desensitizing you to the only ones you can trust is your unit. Desensitizing you to, you are probably going to die. You are probably going to take a life. Oh yeah, we're military talk. It's a thing. Like one one of the one of the cadences that I remember in basic was I'm not going to say it because I will get kicked off of Twitch for it. But the chorus of it literally says, who'll be here when the morning comes? I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, but I'll be one. So, and for those that were in the military, you know exactly which cadence it is. Um, so it's like that cadence, whether we like to acknowledge it or not, adds weight. Welcome back from Madland. I was talking about the cadence that in the army is the he'll be here when the morning comes, which is he'll be here when the morning comes. I don't know, but I'll be one. Mentally rough. So when people sit there and say, "Oh, you can't be traumatized from basic training," I'm like, "Yeah, you can. You absolutely can. Anyone who says otherwise is an idiot." I mean, that's because the Air Force was the Army up until 1950. That's why the Air Force stands for Army Flyboys. Oh yeah, like I'm sure that Lynette, your spouse, went through a much worse time than I did. Like the especially since your spouse went in during the Cold War. So, oh, absolutely. Space Force is absolutely Army's grandchild. With the Army going, get off my lawn! But, like, Lynette, like, your spouse going through the Cold War and preparing for Russian tactics and shit like that, like, is much different than what I went through, the 5 years after 9/11. And what people are going through today is vastly different than what I went through, because the realization because here's the fucked up realization that I had recently. All right, my time in service, like I started my service next year 20 years ago. All right, that's an entire generation. That is the same distance of generational leap between myself and my uncle starting his service when he went to Germany. Oh, I bet, Minto. Like the when your spouse got out, Lynette, was what? 98, 99, somewhere around there. 2001. Okay. All right. So, served 20 years. All right. 5 years later was when I went in. January 25th. Now, here's you a even better one. The same distance from when your spouse but to entered the military to when I entered the military is the same distance from 2001 when your spouse left the military to next January. Is that same distance. Took Luna to the dog park real quick because Luna was being a butthead ass too. No, I did not. Was only going to be there for another 20 minutes. I'm sorry. Mento, I turned 18 in 2005. I turned 18 in 2005. I am 38 years old. Yes, I am an old man.
Just for the record, if you call me an old lady when I hit that age, it's how you'll end up in an early grave.
Cool. Thank you for the warning.
Yeah. Considering I cry every time I have a birthday.
But yeah, so like and here's a better view, Mento. All right, my basic training in my platoon. All right, uh, there was me, who was the youngest. All right, uh, we didn't have a single 17-year-old in my basic training. My buddy, Slush Pup, in AIT was 17 when he got to AIT. He, so quite literally, the oldest guy in the unit in basic training was 38 years old, same age I am now, and he actually lied about about surgery he had because he had done a kidney transplant for his brother and still joined the military. So he got med boarded out in basic training, got a challenge coin from the sergeant major of the base for joining the military, even though he had a kidney transplant. Oh yeah, it was like he gave one of his kidneys to his brother, like whole 9 yards. Still went into the military, was med boarded out like week 6. Nice. And in all my time in the military, um, I've never met someone that has the exact same birthday as me. But what was fun what was funny is one of the guys that was in basic training with me, his name was Gally, was from Boston, and he went on to do medic everything, and then went to Korea for 3 years. I went to air defense artillery after failing out on medic on the last fucking test, and ended up in Korea after being in my unit for a year. And we went to Korea, and he was Gally, who was in my basic training. We were both specialists, and he's like, he's giving a briefing on sit call in Korea because he was stationed at the same base. And after formation, after the briefing and everything, I pull him aside. I'm like, "Do you remember each other?" And he's like, "You look familiar." I'm like, "Gally, it's Benj from Bravo." And he's like, "Oh shit!" Yeah, that was a long night. I remember about half of it.
Real quick question. Did
Uh-huh.
you read all the screenshots that got submitted?
For where? For where?
My lips curling over here. The last two lines on this one this one and that actually had me cackling. There's a couple that had me lip curling, like I'm gonna punch somebody in the ding-a-ling. But that one made me cackle because she's correct. Good morning, chat. Hello.
Huh. Gladette says, Baby Faye! And Lay says, Morning.
Good morning, loves. I'm having a serving of tea.
Bet. So, it was, um, anytime I hear someone, I woke up late, dropped kids off, and came back home to shower. Good plan. Good plan. Yeah, whenever I hear someone say you can't get traumatized from basic training, I'm just like, you're a fucking idiot. Did you actually serve? They're like, no. Then shut the fuck up. That I think that's one of the reasons why I've changed my view on what constitutes a veteran. Instead of, hey, did you actually do active duty? My rule is, did you sign your name on the dotted line? Did you go to basic training? If you went to basic training, whatever happened after that, I don't care. Do not care. Did you sign your name on the dotted line? Did you actually go to basic training? If the answer is yes to both of those, you're a veteran in my book. After that, whether you were whether you were honorable, general, other than honorable, don't care. Do not care. The military is a meat grinder for a fucking reason. I hate that we preface. Oh, like even when coming back, from the military or everything, this was like, I want to say 3 months, maybe four. I went to VA um, for my first look over from the VA, and there was people protesting outside the VA, and anyone who was walking in was being called a murderer. Fun times.
Hey, I've had that exact same situation, but at a different place. I need you to tell me something.
Mm-hmm.
Go with the picture and tell me if I'm overreacting. because this person is either just like your Nosferatu or has the makings of a mass puppeteer.
Which one?
This face right here. I just got like the most uncomfortable, sinking, impending doom feeling.
It's something about fast. Yeah, like that's annoying as shit. Like, and the thing is that I've always been one to be stubborn as fuck, even before the military. Um, but oh yeah, air, air the the only group like the Air Force's psychological fuckery is up to Army standard. I would say it's almost on like I would say that the Army, Air Force, and Navy's um, psychological points are about even. It just depends on what your psychological weaknesses are. The Marines is, hey, we're going to erase everything as you. And nowhere besides the Marines get that.
Sitting with you.
All right. I'm going to take a coffee break. So give me a little bit. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Oh,
Color scrunchie today.
what colors you got?
All the colors.
Purple.
And I do quite literally mean all the colors. Oh, I didn't show you my when I found all the scrunchies.
Nice. Yeah,
Okay.
love.
Yes.
It's to do this.
And that to me. Hello? Hi. Hello. Do you want anything from the Wawa place?
No.
I would love a giant Fountain Coke.
I'm glad that you had fun on VC last night, Lynette.
I said no thank you.
Pizza killed me last night.
Coffee.
Just
Yeah, you just made one. Sounds good. Alright, love you, bye.
yeah. What do you think of?
I like it better than what I was envisioning because I can still slide stuff on the bottom.
Nice, nice, Lynette. Yep.
No.
Like, and I made sure that the boards are anti-scratch and blood bearing.
Can you show it to me a little bit later, please?
Yeah.
When I have a brain that can appreciate it.
Yes. I just figured that you appreciate the fact that each of the shelves can hold 30 pounds.
Yes. I should go close my nest before.
Yep. I'm glad that I'm glad to see that the voice chats are being used. Um, I'd really love to do like some kind of recruitment drive thing, and makes sense. I mean, like when I'm in the gutter, I don't talk either. Like I just listen. Y'all are adorable. Sup, Phenom? How you doing, bud? Lynette's talking about flirting with sunshine. Sup, Aether? How you doing, bud? Sup, meatbag? Morning, morning, morning. So now that I've depressed this, yeet! Some point, someone's going to do yeet, and I'm just going to throw myself out of the chair. Swear to God. I mean, Lynette does that. Lynette does that, Aether. I mean, problem is that with how many electronics I have around here, it's easier just to yeet myself.
What did my mom just say? He was normal growing up? What is that supposed to mean? Yo, Mom, you're banned and fired.
Womp womp. Exactly, Lynette. Exactly. I thought about doing like a if we ever hit if we ever hit um if we ever hit um 1,000 followers and um hit 500 subs again, I thought about doing a live stream from a rage room just to be fucking hilarious. Ba, 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 ba. Just get a bunch of those little Super Bowl things. I mean, the problem is that with how many nooks and crannies are in the office, it would disappear. I'd be like, aw, sad. Ooh, woo! I see Aether is enjoying the blurp sounds.
Hey, at least I pretend to be nice to people!
But Lace, you are nice. Or is that about me? Because I think I'm nice, but I probably pretend to be nice more than anything.
What did my mom just say? He was normal growing up? What is that supposed to mean? Yo, Mom, you're banned and fired.
Banned and fired. Normal's overrated. But yeah, I think if we do hit 1,000 followers and everything and get up to 500 subs around that time frame,
Dead.
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 Uh, I think a rage room would be fun as fuck to record. especially get Babyface and Elusive Spouse. Be hilarious. The first 3 rows are a splash zone. Um, they would be sore as shit after 20 minutes. But could you imagine the unhinged chaos of letting them go to town smashing shit? Yeah, boy. See Spouse and Babyface. I would like to rage. I know there's a rage room in my area. I just have to. Oh, that would actually be cool for Babyface. There's a splatter paint blacklight painting 8x10 canvas and 3 colors for 25 minutes. Or yeah, for 25 minutes. But yeah, the one group called the Rumpus. It's 5 breakables, 1 automobile, 10 minutes for $55 a piece. Yeah, I think that it would be hilarious. So yeah, we get to 1,000 followers. That'll definitely be on the list of things of hey, let's go do a thing. Womp womp. Doom, 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 doom. Oh, I'm sure they'd love the fuck out of it. Unhinged fucking chaos. Do. Yeah, especially since like there's a monthly membership of a free car session. Yeah, that would be amazing to do. Oh, I'm sure they'd absolutely love it. Yeah. Please be safe, Lace. Ba 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 ba. Yeah, so I probably won't be streaming this weekend because I've got to clean the office. Um and I have to um I'll have to put that bookcase together and I will have to I'll have to I have a birthday party to go to on Sunday. Um so and just a couple other things. Um but yeah, as always, if anyone is interested in supporting the community, subscribing here through Ko-Fi, through Patreon, through the Discord Me6, we have service subscriptions, including if you stream. Quite literally, if you subscribe to the streamer VIP pack, and we have a discount going on of 40% for all of our subscriptions. Quite literally, you can do a year and your stream will auto post when you go live. So if you're interested, check it out. But quite literally, once the Wi-Fi is set up and everything, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to get a 15-foot cable, and because I've got two 10 footers, but I'm gonna have to get a 15 footer, and that way I can hardwire from the router, which will be over in this corner over here, all the way to my desktop and to the work computer. That way that I can do that and quite literally just link those in, and it should help with the lag and bitrate. So probably around Tuesday, y'all will see a market improvement of the stream. And I'm also looking at doing updates to my scenes, everything. So please look forward to that. Oh, like so, um, with the thing with because of my work and everything, um I was like, well, there's two options. One, I can either see what the internet is currently and look at, trying to fish the Ethernet through the walls, which is a pain in the ass, or do a business line. Um, and since business lines run off of a different internet procedure than residential lines, it and with how much I work from home, it makes the most sense. And when everyone's home, everything, especially if my next contract moves me at nights, everything, which is going to be a pain in the ass if it is, um, that means that I'll be working when the kids are up or starting to work. And if I have to deal with phone calls or meetings, everything's just going to peter out. So, it was eventually going to have to happen. I had the same issue when I was on the previous contract when I was working nights. Like, things would just be awful trying to do meetings, trying to monitor shit. So, yeah. So I made sure that this router can have up to 60 connections, which between the kids, spouse, baby Faye, myself, um, I'm going to keep all the Wi-Fi enabled devices on the current system, everything, but I'm going to have to, of course, switch a few things. Like I'm going to switch, of course, my PC to being hardwired, um, which means I'm going to have to, once I get everything set up, it's going to be arduous, it's going to be annoying, but probably Tuesday. Um, so I may not be streaming Monday, depending on what it is. But probably Tuesday, I will have the new setup up and running, and I will have the new scene set up and all of that. So please look forward to it. Yeah, it should show a marked improvement to a lot of things. Um, like the more I improve the stream, and all the stuff, eventually, like, one of my friends is like, "Hey, you should get a VTuber thing." I'm like, "Why? No one wants to see me in a VTube thing." People like seeing my face. But yeah, like one of the things that I looked at doing was getting voice mod, which is funny, but like if I did voice mod, it would be let's see. Can you hear me? Did it change my voice? It probably didn't change my voice because I haven't really set it up. Curious. General. Yeah, that's some of the things that, like, what about now? Bum 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 bum. So voice mod allows me to change my voice uh, using basically a voice modulator. So it basically just kind of messes with it. Like there is a fire dragon, a megaphone, a trash mic, shit like that. And it's just kind of hilarious. But if I switch to a clean mic, hey, look, now you can, it's a normal mic. Yes, but you need to be pro for that, which costs money. Yeah, it's $50, quite literally, and it's one-time cost. Yeah, so it's something funny that makes me giggle. Oh. Bum 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 bum. Yep, it's just something fun to do. Bum 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 bum. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Sup, T-Bones? How you doing, bud? How's it going? Happy Friday. I'm doing pretty good. You have the annoyed face.
I'm reminding myself that other people are adults and can choose to manage their ADHD and poor time management all on their own. And they should not fall on me. It should have control.
I'm doing pretty good, T-Bones. Thank you for asking. How's your morning going? Bum 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 bum. Do 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 do. Good to hear, T-Bones. Good to hear. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Question for you.
Uh-huh.
Are you ready for the monster-in-law get up and move if you're cold fights to start? She turned the heat back up yesterday while I was sweating my tits off.
Ah,
Those fights, it's time.
it's time. It's time. I'm sweating my balls off, sweating my balls off, fa la la.
I need to get her. I need to find. I know they have like gag gifts like this, but I need like a wearable heated onesie for her.
I'm sure chat can find it. Good morning, Panda. How are you?
Dead of summer, 116 degrees outside. My God, the air blew on me for half a second while I made my iced coffee.
Why are you pissed off, Panda?
Do I need to fight someone for you? I will. I'm punchy today.
Can I ask a question?
For me?
Yes, you.
Yeah.
When aren't you punchy?
When I'm cryy
Oh, fair.
or when I'm horny.
Fair.
Well, no, then I'm
Uh-huh.
bitey. Then I'm not punchy, I'm bitey.
I was about to say that seems like an escalation.
No, biting is a de-escalation. If you choose to engage in the game, then it escalates again, but in a different direction.
I'm sorry, Panda.
Like pony clubbing. Sure you lay down. That seems not okay, Panda. See, if it were me and they only gave me like 8 hours
Sup, Cremo?
notice, I'd be like spoofing my GPS to say I'm like 6 hours away and be like, oh, it was my day off. I had to go here for X, Y, and Z bullshit excuse. You really should respect my time since I respect yours when I'm on the clock. Fuckers.
Sup, Cremo? How you doing, bud? I mean,
Right? Like, it's just rude.
miss you too, bud. How's your day going? Have you hit affiliate yet?
More shit to throw away. More shit to claim. All the people.
So check your analytics. All right. Check your analytics, Cremo, for the month of March. Specifically the month of March. Like change it to where instead of last 30 days, it's just the month of March. Because that will tell you, because it's you need to have streamed at least 8 hours in the last in 7 days over a 30-day period. All right? So, if you stream too much, it'll actually be counterintuitive. Make sense? So Twitch runs off of the last 30 days. So your analytics, um, like it takes patience, and quite literally, Phenom's right. Like, you know, it took a while, and we made sure to get Phenom had six viewers in. I bet you money it says like 2.93. Bet you money. Or 2.98. Some bullshit like that. Because that's the harm in trying to hit affiliate and doing like a stream every day, because it's lowering your average. And so it also forces you to acknowledge that you need days off. Oh, trust me, I get it. Did you? So, how many days does it say in the last 30 days you've streamed? Start with that. And then how many hours? Because if you've streamed for at least 7 days in the last 30 days, like if you've done more than that, if you've done like 10 or 12, okay, so here's what I recommend. Here's what I would recommend, and hear me on the whole thing. All right? Don't stream for the rest of the month. Jeez. All right, don't stream for the rest of the month. Now I'll tell you why. All right? If you don't stream for the rest of the month, like work on your clips, work on your edits, work on your banner, all of those things. All of these things, like in your social media presence, all those things will help generate more people to come to your stream. All right? To build your community and continue. All right? And by if you only do one stream and say it's Monday on the 24th, all right, and you do it for 2 hours, all right, because that's what we're focused on, 2 hours. That'll put you at 60 hours, which means that we need the Blitz fam to basically come in guns blazing for those 2 hours, all right. But my guess is that if you don't stream any for at least the next 3 days, you will probably hit more than average. You will hit the higher than 3. And then you can do the affiliate. Once you do the affiliate, you should be good to go. So there's the big part, Cremo, is by working on clips, like uploading your streams to YouTube, getting clips, putting them on YouTube shorts, that will affect. But here's the thing, like here's a good example. Like let me do a thing real quick. Bring up creator dashboard overview. All right. So let me switch to art scene real quick so I can explain it. Ooh, that's awesome, Panda. All right. So, here's a good view. All right? So, as you see right now, I've got live views on the highlight. All right. So, nice, Panda. So, we're just going to take a look at average viewers. All right. Now, if you see, each day is broken down. All right. So, my net average for February for the last 30 days is 5.4. All right. This one kills me. This one kills me. And this one kind of kills me. All right. But overall, it's over 3. All right. There are some days that are higher, but overall. All right. Now, if I come up here and just do for the month of March, it goes up to 6 from March 1st. All right. So the reason why I recommend now, see, 56 hours. All right. But my average is here. All right. So if I switch to engaged viewers, 57 engaged viewers. 3 new. See, it continues. So that's one of the ways that you can kind of track how you are doing. All right. And looking at these analytics do help you. All right. Now, for the reason why this is important, like path to affiliate. All right. You need 50 followers, which you have. Stream for 8 hours across 7 different days. All right. You've done 56 hours. All right. Which isn't even needed for partner. Partner is here across 12 days. I've done 24 as an example. All right. See the thing? Because it's based on my averages. So that's why my recommendation, because of how much you've already done, is do some of your social media work, do some of your other things to increase your following, and find like Twitch tools that will auto post to Blue Sky, that will auto post to Twitter or Facebook, to go ahead and get that squared away when you go live. That would be my recommendation. And especially since you're already in the Blitz fam community, the moment that you hit affiliate, you can join the team. And it's super beneficial. And you probably know all these things. I'm just sometimes being reminded of these things is good for our, because while we may know it, we don't know it or acknowledge it until someone else tells us. And this is the same advice that I got when I was starting out. But as long as you're consistent, like, with nowadays, you have to cross post. You have to, like, bring some of your favorite moments and show others why to join your community. Like, here, we're unhinged as fuck. We are unhinged as fuck, and I love my community. Especially, like, when, because my community enjoys breaking me in more ways than one. I'm looking at you, Lynette. So just you have the work ethic. You have that ability. Oh, pretty good, Lone Wolf. How you doing, bud? Welcome in. How's it going? So I was walking Crema through analytics on Twitch, and then talking about my unhinged as fuck community that absolutely enjoy breaking me. You know, the normal. Oh, this is going to be a fun answer. Just in case anyone's not aware, I'm being called the fuck out. Just in case anyone's curious. It probably is, Lynette. It probably is. Don't you start with me, heathen? Yes, Panda? If I disappear, please know I had a good life. Absolutely. Absolutely, Panda. Speaking of, I have a thing that I need to edit channel permissions, sync now, and all right. And I went ahead and opened the banner and logo design contest rooms. Good morning, my lovely rule verified heathens. The banner contest and the heathen logo design areas are now officially open. Put up your designs and vote with the heart favorites. This will run to April 30th. Yeah, I'm about to do that, love. Anniversary celebration. Next, admins, mods, bots, rule verified. Okay, category. Mark all as red. Yes, I know I really shouldn't mark all as red, but I need to do the thing. So, give me a minute, y'all. Oh, excuse me. Keep current permissions. Keep current permissions. Edit category. I just need to see permissions real quick. No, I want to sync. Edit channel, permissions, sync now. And edit channel, permissions, sync now. All right. Thank you. All right. Community meme a-thon and roast the heathen. All right. Need to set the topic. Save changes. And meme. Or socials. All right. So that's up and going. Welcome Center. Starter intel. All right. Now that I've got that done, Yeah, so in celebration of the 1 year anniversary of the Discord server, um, which is basically starting now, we are doing several things. One is letting the community create banners and logos, and whatever is the best will be used as my social icons for a month. And then we have a roast, which will be, I will let that run all the way until April 30th. And then we will do basically me reading, or Baby Faye, one of us reading the roasts of me on stream, which would be hilarious as fuck. And then we have basically a meme area to, hey, did you make a meme about the community? Put it here. And Panda, the logo design area is up in anniversary celebrations. So you're good to go. Oh, it'll be fun. I'm sure the mods have one or two that they're like, let's do it. So, who wants to play the game? Need to think. Need to make sure to thank Karemo and Aether for popping in and hanging out. Make sure y'all throw in support so y'all can do the thing. Nice. But yeah, I think it'll be a fun little thing to do. Not sure how it'll go, but we'll see. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here because I'm going to have to start cleaning up and getting the office ready. So, I will probably not be streaming this weekend. If I do, I will let everyone know. But I'm probably going to take this weekend off. So, it's probably just going to be, me gaming and hanging out on voice. If y'all need anything, please do not hesitate to let me know. I love you all. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for being here. I greatly appreciate it. And, you know, let's try to get more people to the Discord if we can. So